Hey there, Brian Goulet here of GouletPens.com, and today I want to give you a look at the Visconti Opera Master Blue Swirls. This is a limited edition, a numbered limited edition of only 250 pens worldwide. And I think this is going to be great for Visconti collectors and users alike because it writes amazingly well. It has a huge ink capacity, and it's a really unique pen that looks kind of different than some of the other Opera Masters that they've done. And it comes with a gorgeous blue crystal inkwell to match the pen. Taking a look at the packaging, it comes in a large and heavy leatherette box, and the leatherette on the inside has cutouts for both the pen and the inkwell, so it looks really presentable. And it has a numbered card that's included to match the pen. The pen has a solid blue cap, and it's got a translucent white body with a blue swirl that's going to be unique to each pen. And it has an ink window so that you can see when your ink is getting low. The pen body is made of a blend of acrylic and celluloid that they call acryloid. So you get the benefits of both of those materials. And it has a rhodium trim that looks really nice to complement the color. The blue inkwell is magnificently crafted and matches the pen really nice. The pen is pretty shiny though, so it is going to tend to attract fingerprints, so you'll want to keep your polishing cloth nearby. Holding it in my hand, it's heavy and slightly back-weighted, especially when it's posted. At 60 grams, it's one of the heaviest pens that I've ever used, and it's very large in size, even for me with a big hand. The grip is a metal grip, which is a little bit slick, but I find it to be very comfortable. It has a slight taper with a flare at the end, so I am able to have good control with it. There's a little bit of a step, but not much to speak of. And it does have some threads that are a little bit sharp because of the metal, but they're far enough back where they're out of the way and they're not going to bother your fingers. The design of this pen is called a squaring the circle. So it's a square shape that has rounded edges, and that's inspired by the Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. It's ergonomic and it keeps the pen from rolling off the desk even when you don't have the cap on it. The nib has a 23 karat Palladium Dreamtouch nib, and Palladium is a member of the Platinum family, and the performance of it is going to be similar to that of a gold nib, if not a little bit softer even. It's a very attractive looking nib with a Visconti logo and some flourishing on it. And it's very wet writing, extremely springy and responsive, so you're going to want to use a light touch, especially because this pen is pretty heavy, so you don't need to add any additional weight to your writing. It's truly an incredible writing experience, definitely one of my favorite nibs of all time. And Visconti is making it with an extra fine, medium, and a 1.3 millimeter stub. The cap on the pen is a screw cap with about a 1 3/4 rotation, so you may have to reposition your hand to get it all the way off. And it's a push to post that's easy to align with the nib because it has a square body. The clip is a spring clip with a Visconti signature Ponte Vecchio bridge arch, and it has blue enameling to match the cap, so it looks really nice. It's those finer details that you get with these nicer pens. The center band is thick and engraved with the opera, very tastefully. Here's a look at the Crimson Tide Opera Master, which is the same pen model, just a different color. That's a clearer demonstrator so you can kind of see what I'm talking about a little bit easier. The filling mechanism has a double reservoir power filler. It's a vacuum filling mechanism, and it has a reservoir of ink between the piston seal and the feed that holds about 0.6 milliliters of ink, about equal to a short standard international cartridge. The whole pen, when filled to the brim, holds about 3.4 milliliters of ink, which is huge, and it seals up nicely for air travel. That's part of the benefit of that vacuum mechanism. The filling mechanism isn't the easiest to clean, so you're probably going to want to keep one ink in this a little longer. You're not going to want to be changing out ink colors all the time. A couple of special features on this pen: it has the Visconti My Pen system, which is a magnetic logo in the finial that you can easily swap out for a jewel that you can get for an additional charge. And they're individually numbered on the filler knob, which is accompanied the matching card that comes with the pen. Looking at the crystal inkwell, it's very heavy and very solid. It's got superb craftsmanship. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And it's something that you can display very nicely. It doesn't seal all that well. That's part of what you get with inkwells. It's really kind of made for more dip pens. So it's not really made for long-term storage of ink. It is somewhat decorative, though you can still use it regularly if you plow through your ink pretty well. The Blue Swirls is $1,095 MSRP, though the Blue Crystal Inkwell itself is a $295 value. It's certainly not a starter pen, but I give it a strong recommendation for anyone with the means and interest to purchase one. You can add it to your cart at gouletpens.com to see our best available price. For more up-to-date specs and details on the OperaMaster Blue Swirls, you can check it out on gouletpens.com. You can also leave questions and comments on YouTube or on the blog. And if you want to see a longer, more in-depth video about the OperaMaster, I have a full review right here of the Crimson Tide, which is a very similar version to this pen. If you like this video and you want more like it, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching, and right on.